Once upon a time, there was a magical toy that came to life whenever the moon shone. Pepi Nana.
Tiddle-toddle, tiddle-toddle. Tiddle-toddle, tiddle-toddle.
Pepi Nana wrote a letter to the moon. Tiddle Toddle, please come to tea and we can have a story. Yours, lovingly out of the window, Pepi Nana.
Tiddle-toddle, 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 tiddle-toddle. Tiddle-toddle.
Pepi Nana didn't know that on the moon lived Moon Baby. Moon Baby has come to visit. Time to wake up the toys. Moon Baby's magical kalimba.
Tiddle-toddle.
Mr. Onion.
Onions.
Sleepy Dibilo. Little Nana. Lambkin. Collywobble. Oh, my dears, Lily Plant.
Tiddle-toddle.
Onions.
Thank you, Moon Baby.
Onions.
Tiddle-toddle. Tiddle-toddle, tiddle-toddle, tiddle-toddle.
Inside the little toy house, everybody was very busy.
Tiddle-toddle, tiddle-toddle, tiddle-toddle.
Onions, onions, onions.
Mr. Onion was having a pretend bath.
Onions.
Dibilo was waiting for the bath.
I won't be long, dear Dibilo,
said Mr. Onion.
Onions, 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 onions. Onions, 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 onions.
Look at that. I think Dibilo has fallen asleep.
Onions. Onions.
Tiddle-toddle, tiddle-toddle.
Little Nana and Lambkin were drawing together. Pepi Nana was brushing her hair.
Tiddle-toddle. Tiddle-toddle. Tittle toddle.
Onions, 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 onions.
Lily Plant was having a rest. I must keep my petals fresh, she said.
Onions, onions, onions.
Tittle toddle.
Time for a silly song, thought Collywobble. So Collywobble wound up the music box. And it began to play. Oh no, it's the silly song. The horsey in the house silly song. Everybody in the little toy house knows the silly song. Mr. Onion knows the silly song.
Onions.
Dibbelow woke up when he heard the silly song.
It's the silly song, dear Dibbelow.
Said Mr. Onion.
Onions.
Little Nana and Lambkin know the silly song. It's the silly song, said little Nana. Pepi Nana knows the silly song.
Tittle toddle.
Everybody knows the silly song.
Onions.
Tittle toddle.
The silly song woke Lily Plant. Oh, my dears, she said, it's the silly song. Moon Baby heard the silly song. He had never heard a song so silly. Everybody heard the silly song,
Onions.
and everybody began to dance.
Tittle toddle.
Mr. Onion danced in the bath.
Onions. 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 Onions.
Dibbelow danced while he was asleep. Little Nana and Lambkin danced while they were drawing. Pepi Nana danced while she was brushing her hair.
Tittle toddle.
The silly song made everybody feel silly.
Onions.
Tittle toddle.
Isn't this fun? Said Lily Plant. And I think she was right about that. It's the horsey in the house silly song.
If there were a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house. If there were a horsey in the house, the horsey would be bigger than the house. Oh, to be in horsey land, all together hand in hand. Horsey land is there for you and me. Horsey, horsey, horsey. If there were a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house, bigger than a mouse. If there were a horsey in the house, the horsey would be bigger than the house.
Onions.
Tittle toddle.
Onions. 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 Onions, 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 onions. Onions, onions, onions.
If there were a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house. If there were a horsey in the house, the horsey would be bigger than the house.
Tiddle toddle.
Oh, to be in horsey land, all together hand in hand. Horsey land is there for you and me. Horsey, horsey, horsey. If there were a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house, bigger than a mouse. If there were a horsey in the house, the horsey would be bigger than the house.
What a lovely, silly song. The silly song stopped. Collywobble stopped.
Onions,
Mr. Onion and Dibbelow stopped.
onions.
Little Nana and Lambkin stopped.
Tiddle toddle.
Pepi Nana stopped. What a lovely, silly hairstyle, Pepi Nana. Lily Plant stopped. But somebody was still dancing. Moon Baby.
Tiddle toddle.
Onions.
How clever of Moon Baby.
Tiddle toddle.
Moon Baby is very good at dancing, said Little Nana.
Onions. Onions. It's the silly song, dear Dibbelow,
said Mr. Onion.
Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle.
dear Dibbelow. Onions.
And Pepi Nana said,
Tiddle toddle, tiddle toddle.
what a lovely, silly song. A silly song. What a good idea.
Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle.
Onions.
Tiddle toddle.
Onions. Onions.
It's the Horsey in the House silly song.
Onions. Onions.
If there were a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house, a horsey in the house. If there were a horsey in the house, the horsey would be bigger than the house.
Tiddle toddle.
Oh, to be in horsey land, all together hand in hand. Horsey land is there for you and me. horsey in the house. The horsey would be bigger than the house.
Onions.
Tiddle toddle.
The toy house.
Tiddle toddle.
Time to go home. Oh, my dears, how lovely to see you all, said Lily Plant.
Tiddle toddle. Tiddle.
And just in time for tea.
Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle. Tiddle.
Onions, 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 onions.
Tiddle toddle.
Onions.
Time for tea, said Pepi Nana.
Onions.
Tiddle toddle.
While everybody had tea, little Nana said, "That silly song is very silly." And I think she was right about that.
Tiddle toddle.
Onions.
We love the silly song, said Mr. Onion. And I think he was right about that.
Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle.
Said Pepi Nana. We made a lovely, silly story. And everybody thought she was right about that.
Onions.
Onions.
Tiddle toddle.
Hush, hush, says the moon. And we know that very soon it's time to go to sleep. Good night, Dibbelow. Good night, Mr. Onion. Good night, Collywobble. Good night, Lily Plant. Good night, Lambkin. Good night, little Nana.
Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle. Tiddle toddle.
Bye-bye, Moon Baby.
Tiddle toddle. tiddle 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 tiddle.
Good night, Moon Baby.
Tiddle toddle.
Good night, Pepi Nana.